Spider-Man is one of the wokest games that I have seen recently. It is so woke that it wokens up the dead to vote for Joe Biden. I mean, the level of wokeness in this game cannot be understated. There is a mission where you get to play as a woman of color, which is deaf, and the game removes the sound in order to get that authentic experience of playing as a person that's deaf. And you spray with graffiti on the walls, which is something that I've noticed in a lot of video games recently. I guess like the game developers from California, yeah, when they think of black people, they think graffiti and walls. I don't know why though. Looks a little bit racist to me, but again, like it's so represented in so many video games that it just begs the question as to why. And that's not it, by the way. There's another mission where you have to help a gay guy propose to another gay guy. Like again, it's very woke. Like, that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know, if you like woke games, like if you have a collection of woke titles, this may actually be the game for you. Even though it has a lot of bugs, doesn't have that much gameplay, because more than half of it is cutscenes. Very moral, very preachy, but still, you know, like if you're into woke games, right? Like if you want to purchase that, then this is the title for you. It also creates some sort of controversies. Like I believe this actually is not this one, not Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man the first one is the first game that had a mod removed for political reasons. It may not be the first, but it's the first that I heard about it. Okay, so it counts. Apparently there was a person that removed the corporate American flags, you know, the rainbow ones, the corporate America flags, the Amazon flag. Like they removed the Amazon flags from the game and they replaced it with a hate symbol, which is the American flag. So obviously Nexus mods, like, they couldn't sleep knowing that someone installs that mod into the sanctity of their own bedroom and is playing the video game with so many American flags. And they decided to take that down. Obviously, there are other games which does add the Amazon flag, the corporate flag, the Jeff Bezos logo into Hogwarts everywhere. Like, there's no problem with that. In fact, I have no problem with that, right? Like, again, what a person installs into the sanctity of their own bedroom, I think is like a human right thing. I think people should be allowed to mod their games any way they see or fit. But again, the fascists at Nexus Mods disagree with me. They're on the firm belief that no, we need to install behaviors into gamers. We need to puppeteer. We need to master what people think. So they are the ones that took down these harmful, bigoted behaviors. But what's interesting is that there is an entity out there, like an actual Chad entity, someone that is above the Nexus mods, someone that pays the bigotry tax, and that is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. See, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia can straighten up this video game, can remove all of the wokeness, and all of a sudden, all the progressiveness, like all the peak achievements of humanity, all of the progress that we as a society have done all these years, has been washed away by the Middle East. Apparently, the company has decided to remove every single LGBTQIA thing from the video game when marketing it to Saudi Arabia. So, if you're the type of person that, like, for some reason would have wanted to get that Nexus mods, like, what you can do is you can get the Saudi Arabian edition, and in the sanctity of your own bedroom, inshallah, you can install this, and then it's fine, I guess. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there are mods which are translating the Middle Eastern version of the game, and I am so curious. Like, someone should make this experiment. I want to see if Nexus mods will ban it or not. Because if they don't ban it, then why not? Because they have like a firm policy where they said that they will remove everything that removes diversity. Like, diversity is a must. It's like oxygen. How can you have a video game without oxygen? Like, diversity is the oxygen. So anyway, if they don't remove it, then it's a problem because it's their own rules. But if they do remove it, then why? Because it's an official video game, right? Like, it's from the official developers. I mean, they decided to remove it. Now, what I find interesting is that some people will say, well, yeah, but like companies want to make money. They don't care about these activist things. Like, they just want to make cash. And you have to wonder, it's like, how much are the sales in the Middle East to begin with? I mean the Middle Eastern market, when it comes to video games, isn't that good, right? Like, if diversity is the oxygen, don't you want the oxygen so that more Americans buy it? Like, Americans do not buy video games without diversity, I understand. Like, unless you have a mission where you play as a woman of color that's deaf and she's playing graffiti on the walls, Americans just flat out refuse to buy those games. It's like, well, what is this game? It's un-American. So, how much money do you think Saudi Arabia is putting into this so that so many companies are willing to bend over backwards in order to sell those games there? Well, apparently not enough, because the creators of Final Fantasy told the Middle East no. So apparently it is possible. Like, some actual video game companies that actually have principles, and they actually do stand for freedom of creativity, and then they do want to make stuff. You know, like sure, Tifa's tits in Final Fantasy were nerfed, and there were other questionable decisions. But at least I can see that they stand behind them. Like, Square Enix goes like, you know what? We have some wokeness in our game, but goddammit, it's our wokeness. And we are not going to remove it. And it is interesting that, like, Japanese companies, which have been forced in order to censor and to have, like, an ethics department and all this bullshit that comes from California, yeah, you can see that is like, it's not coming from Japan, right? Like, it's kind of like being pushed, like they're kind of like compelled in order to do these things. But like, once they do them, at least they stand by them. And they're like, no, this is our video game. We're not going to censor shit. We are going to sell this, and if you don't want it, don't buy it. And meanwhile, like, the actual American companies, the actual progressives that treat diversity as the oxygen, oh, they are the ones that are like, well, actually, you know, we should be able to sell to Middle East, and we should be able to sell to China. So I guess, like, diversity is very important, but like only in America, where we don't get that much pushback. Because if we do get pushback, we're going to become a Bud Light, you know? I guarantee to you, if you would have the same Bud Light boycott to the video gaming industry, all of a sudden they would just stop. Like, they would just stop, and they would treat it the same way they treat video games by selling it into Saudi Arabia. Now, of course, the problem with Spider-Man isn't even the diversity thing. It's just that the game is broken. Like, I have seen so many bugs that is completely unacceptable for a AAA company to put out a game like this. But it is what it is. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.